he is such a polished player when he gets in the right spots. Like when he gets in transition, he's heading downhill. He's really nasty, and I think he's going to put some guys on posters this year, and it's going to be really fun. He's really good defensively with the way he locks in. There's different aspects to his game though where he can improve. Like the catch and shoot stuff is really good. He's comfortable in the pick and roll though. I think that that's one thing that like we talk about. Oh, Jaden Epps and Sky Clark are going to have the ball in their hands a lot, but I think there's a potential where Terrence Shannon Jr. is also capable to run pick and roll, and you can run some 5-out stuff where he can mismatch hunt and find a way to get some advantages. We can go down the list in the Big Ten. Every team in the Big Ten is going to have a defender that you go, I can take him one-on-one. Terrence Shannon Jr. is going to come into Illinois next year and go, look at this roster, look at how young it is, look at how unproven it is, and go, I'm the best player on this team. And you need somebody who has that alpha in him. And Terrence Shannon Jr. does not lack that at all. So there's different parts of his game that need to be refined. Like obviously you want the mid-range jumper to get a little bit better. You want him to continue to finish at the rim. You want him to take those good shots, not force it. There were times last year when you watch Texas Tech play where it's like, I want to be the guy so bad. Like I just need to take this and make this big shot. He doesn't need to do that at Illinois, but if you can start to help him with those efficiency numbers by taking the right shots, taking the good shots, I think you could see a guy that could compete for being all Big Ten this year and honestly be the best player on this team. And I think you're starting to see a Brad Underwood roster start to look a little bit more like what he wants. Is Kofi Coburn necessarily a Brad Underwood big man? I don't know, but he tailored his entire system around him. So now I think we're going to be able to see something a little bit different. And at the beginning of the offseason, when Brandon Murray and Terrence Shannon Jr. came in, what was the narrative? Get one of those guys. Ultimately, you got one of those guys. No matter how it happened, you got him. And so that's the most important thing right now. And I think you look at this roster and go, man, they could play some defense next year. Some really, really good defense. And we talk everything about switch everything. And that's such an easy thing to say. Oh, we can switch everything 1 through 5. Well, that's easier said than done. And I think now you're starting to see the personnel come together where you can put Terrence Shannon Jr. on the best ball handler on the other team. And you can put RJ Melendez on maybe the best wing on the other team. And you might be able to not necessarily hide, but you're going to be able to give Sky Clark and Jaden Epps a little bit of a balance where they don't have to go up against some of these elite ball handlers or some of the elite wings and expect to defend and shut them down. You have guys who can do that, and they can kind of learn the defense and learn the rotations and learn where to be and what to do on some of the lesser guys or on just shooters who aren't going to take them off the bounce. So I just feel like this gives this roster so much more versatility. And this is a top 25 team. And if they add a couple more right pieces with Terrence Shannon Jr. in the fold, like there's no reason why Illinois can't flirt with being number 1 in the Big Ten when it's all said and done.